tell me something about yourself and what are you building at the moment?
Sure. Thank you so much. My name is Oliver Rye. I am the founder and managing partner in Hersir Ventures. Hersir Ventures is a deal-by-deal syndicate based out of Denmark, investing into early-stage startups anywhere in the pre-seed Series A, where we do anywhere between 50 to 500k euro tickets into these startups. I have a fairly decent deal flow from my network. I try to cherry pick the best ones, become very close to the founder, and actually try and position myself as their personal fundraising advisor. And through that, actually create value up front that normally gives me access to invest and get an allocation in the round. I invite my network and the founders network to co-invest together with me into these SPVs. I've done so for 1.5 years. I have done 8 investments, deployed a bit over 1 million euros together with 50 plus investors.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. And can you tell me what 3 words remind you of Mara?
So yeah, sure. So for me, Mara is very personal. I have a close relationship with Sasha and Nico and also you, that you are always, I feel like my fingertips. I can always get in touch with you anytime, any place, which is kind of cool. Whereas other service providers, it's probably very difficult to get in touch with people and get stuff done. That leads me to the other one, is that very responsive, also very quick in solving small challenges, issues, or whatever, which ultimately gives me a good experience. It also gives the investors good experience. And I think the last one is probably trust. I spent a lot of time together with Sasha, really gotten to know him. I was coming from a very different legal system in terms of corporate entities out of the Nordics and Denmark, and just spending, I think, around 10 meetings understanding what is the setup, how does it work, and how reliable it is, and so on. Really built a lot of trust in Mara and Sasha.
Thank you. And I know that you research the full market and choose us. So why you choose us and how we are better than others?
Yeah, so for me, my personal journey was that I wanted to do an SPV, and I also want to find the best solution and platform that I can continue to build on in the future. I talked to more or less every service provider in Europe. Ultimately, I identified that Mara was the best fit for me, and there was a focus on where does Mara charge for their services. Mara was, in my opinion, the most fair one in that regards, that they chose the majority, if not all, of their fees up front at the setup phase, but also at a much lower rate. So that, I think, for me, price was important, even though it's a cost that I pass on to my investors. I feel it's my obligation that I give my investors the best possible deal. I also operate in a way where I take the fee up front on top of the people's investments and actually pay it back, right? But in all have that as a minimum thing. Then the second thing for me was the UK Bear Trust setup was the most attractive, not only for a Danish, but also European investor, since it's tax transparent, very light on admin, and super recognized. It's used by other competitors in UK, where billions under management, and it's a 1,000-year-old concept. So for me, all in all, it had a lot of limited risk on the setup. It was price competitive, and it was attractive tax-wise. And then in the end, I think the most important one was probably the personal connection or the personal touch, that I felt I can get in contact with anybody in the organization, which I feel is a necessity for how I run my business, that I can actually get in touch with people fairly quickly if I need to.
Thank you. And the last question would be, what are your plans for the future and how Mara fits into that?
So my plans in the future is that I've done all my 8 deals with Mara, and I'm super happy with that. Mara is also evolving the products and concepts, so I'm excited to continue using it, to be honest. I am planning to continue doing SPVs. I might also do a fund one day, where I also will be using Mara's SPVs as a very important tool there. It will be a way for me to build relationships with LPs. So when I do SPVs, I offer potential LPs to co-invest with me. They can get the experience of what it is to be working with me as a GP, and also creating cool opportunities as part of my offering as a fund manager, that I can do co-investment opportunities and so on. So ideally for me, I'm seeing Mara as the partner that I'll be building my firm with, um, as like a strong SPV co-investment additionality.
Thank you.